What is up? Man, it feels like forever. Feels like forever since I've done a live stream, doesn't it? Well, I'm back a week later. Coaster Cafe, episode 20. This is episode 20 of Coaster Cafe. Can you believe that? So we've been doing this for 5 months now. 5 full months of Coaster Cafe. Yes. So thank you guys for making all these live streams so awesome. It seems like you guys are enjoying this and it's fun to do. So yeah, episode 20, Coaster Cafe. As usual, we're going to discuss coffee. We're going to discuss some of the news in the industry, and then I'm going to do trivia. I have 2 questions for you guys, and then a Q&A. So who's ready? Who's ready to have some fun? I see some of you guys have your coffee ready to go. What are you guys drinking? What kind of coffee you guys drinking? DJ Higby, what kind of coffee? Stanford Bridge is ordering some huevos rancheros for Coaster Cafe. Nice. Not drinking any coffee. Well, you're not doing it right. Meg hates coffee. I know that. I know you hate coffee. It's not for everybody. Iced coffee? Okay, nice. Coffee brand called Hot Chocolate. All right. Yes. So I hope you enjoy that Huevos Rancheros. That looks really good, actually. That sounds like it would be amazing with some coffee. Yes. Coaster chicken, don't drink coffee. Not old enough to drink coffee. Yeah. I've been drinking coffee since I was 8. I'm not condoning that. I wouldn't recommend that, but yeah. Yeah, straight black coffee for me too. That's how I drink it. Just black coffee. I would try to show you, but I don't want to spill it on the keyboard, so probably not the best idea. It is black coffee though. Yeah, so I am drinking whatchamacallit, Atomic Coffee Roasters, the that one I've had on here several other times. It's just really good coffee. So Atomic Coffee Roasters. The I can't remember what the blend is called exactly. It's slipping my mind right now. You guys probably remember. Your taste buds disagree with coffee. Oh no. Have I ever had a frozen hot chocolate from Dunkin'? I've tried one, I believe. I thought it was pretty good. Oh, okay. Stanford Bridge is ordering at a place called Cafe Con Amor. So where's that at? Where's that cafe at that you're getting some awesome looking food at? Bustelo Espresso. All right, cool. Nice, nice. Plain old water. I have some water too on hand, so yeah, there is no age limit for drinking coffee. Yeah, Coaster Lover's correct. There's no age limit for drinking coffee. I'm guessing a lot of their parents probably. I know a lot of you guys are really young, so a lot of your parents are probably keeping you from drinking coffee. Um, Part of their decision. Said I've been drinking coffee since I was 8. I'm not that messed up. uh, I'm just joking. Yeah, Rocketeer blend. Okay. Thanks for jogging my memory. Um, they say it stunts your growth. I don't think that's actually true. I've never looked it up. I don't really care, but it's in Jackson Heights, Queens. Know it through Seamless. Okay. What is Seamless? I don't even know what Seamless is. I must be out of the loop. Jackson Heights, Queens. Yes, coffee is good. All right. Um, we're gonna get into our news now. So I'm going to read off all the news items. You know, I just realized I'm like, it is dark in here. I forgot to turn the lights on. I know it looks good for you guys, but for me sitting in here, it's kind of hard to see the computer and everything. So yeah, there we go. I got the light on now. Oh, Seamless is an online service where you can order from any restaurant. Nice, nice. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's get to talking about the news. Now, as far as the news items, there were a lot of news items that were just like, this park is opening up this date, this park is opening up this date, this park is opening up this date. I'm not going to include all that stuff because that is just so redundant. I'm not going to list every park that is announcing their reopening. Just go look it up for yourself if you want to know. Um, but there are some parks. I did put a couple of those on here, like some of the really major ones, like one or two. Um, ones that have stipulations or ones that are like really large scale or things like that. But I'm not gonna just list this park, this park, this park. So anyway, let's get to the news items. Um, Del Grasso's amusement park in Pennsylvania is not opening for 2020. Probably in their best interest. It's a very small park. I just don't see any reason, and that's not the main part of their business. They make like spaghetti sauce and all kinds of food items and stuff like that, and that is the main business of Del Grasso's. So, um, the Indiana Beach VIP grand reopening is happening June 26th, right now, anyway. Um, the public opening is on June 27th, which is 50% capacity. There's a new mini amusement park coming to Myrtle Beach for 2021. It is the Funplex of Myrtle Beach mini amusement park. It does have a a small coaster that goes around the perimeter of the small park. So it's very, very small. I mean, very, very tiny. It's just like a kiddie coaster and a couple other rides, basically. Um, Orion is testing a lot. Orion's been testing like crazy. So yeah, that's kind of a good sign, I feel like. Mount Olympus is opening exclusively to hotel guests May 26th. So if you have a reservation with one of the hotels that Mount Olympus owns, you are able to get into the park starting May 26th, 3 days from now. But you have to have a reservation. They're not opening the park to just general ticket holders this year, just hotel guests. So Holiday World pass holders will be able to get into Holiday World June 14th. The general public on June 17th, they're going to have a virtual queue and only scheduled day tickets. So if you buy a ticket online, it's only going to be good for one particular day. So you can't use it any day like you normally be able to. So, um, Tennessee theme parks are allowed to reopen May 22nd, which was yesterday, but Dollywood hasn't made an announcement yet. So I expect we'll be hearing something pretty soon about their reopening plans. Mako is testing with masked riders. They're testing using masks on the coasters. So, and they had people spread apart. So, Adventureland is removing Dragon, the OD Hopkins looper. It's a very rare type of coaster. They're teasing for a 2021 attraction. Apparently, it's going to be called Dragon Slayer. So, Marineland is adding two new rides for 2020. We've known this for a while, but we just found out one of them is a Zero star shape. Is a It's a Zero star shape replacing the Topple Tower. Looks like an awesome ride for that park, to be quite honest. I think it might be used. I'm not really sure on that. It might be like a relocated thing, but it's a very thrilling flat ride. So, unfortunately, we have some kind of sad news here in a way. It's not the end yet, but Joyland Amusement Park in Lubbock, Texas, the situation is looking dire for that park. This is a very small amusement park. They're running out of funds very quickly. They're getting to the very last of the funds that they have. Um, they may close that park. The owner has stated Joyland may close if they're not able to open the park back up soon, like very soon. The owner actually even laid himself off, so he's not making any money right now. They're almost out of funds from like the check coverage program, so they don't even have much money left to pay their employees. Um, very sad. I hope this park can pull through that. Hopefully, they're able to get some kind of assistance or open up sometime soon. Yeah. Um, Lastly, the big thing that we just found out about the past couple days, Universal Orlando is going to open to everyone on June 5th. Starting on June 1st, they're going to be doing like 2 days of like staff training and getting things ready. Then 2 days after that, it's just going to be like pass holders and maybe pass holders and like people invited to the park. And then June 5th, Universal Orlando is open to the general public. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah. Yep. Marina needs some TLC, and I'm so glad they're putting money into that park. The old owner died last year. From what I heard, he was very stingy with the money and didn't want to invest a lot. But it looks like the wife is actually wanting to really bring that park up to its potential, which is really nice to see. She has good intentions with the park. Six Flags is not going to close permanently. That's no, where things aren't that bad, you know. Uh, what about the backyard coasters? Those should open up. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw Coaster Studios did a video the other day. I'm sure everybody saw it. But yeah, Coaster Studios released a video. The Blue Flash from Indiana, you know, John, the owner of that who built it in 99, retired that. So somebody came to pick it up and they relocated it and it's in Columbus now. That's pretty awesome for me because I was kind of disappointed, you know, I never had the opportunity to ride it. Um, but it's moved to Columbus and it's even closer to me now. It's probably like 3 about 3 hours away from me now, which is not very far. So maybe hopefully at some point I'll be able to take a cruise up there to the haunted hoochie and ride Blue Flash. Yeah, I agree with Coaster Hour. Six Flags at worst may unload some smaller parks and water parks. Yeah, I think that could happen potentially, but that's like even that's like kind of worst case, you know. Yeah, SeaWorld sort of carelessly invested, I feel like. I mean, it's great for us. We got all these new coasters, but I feel like the amount of money they invested was just kind of maybe irresponsible. Yeah, and it's just the worst time they could have done that. Yeah, right. The place it's going to, it's just like the haunted hoochie. Yeah, yeah. Columbus is decently close to Kings Island, absolutely. So you know, maybe I could stop there on the way to Kings Island or the way home or something. I don't know. Yeah, I agree, Stamford. It's very worrying about those small parks. This just threw those parks for a whirlwind. Just like anybody really, but yeah, very sad for sure. Yeah, Joyland. Let's see. So Joyland has 3 coasters. They have a Dragon Wagon, they have a, Cyclone Galaxy, and they also have a Cavaza Diego. Never heard of that company. It's a defunct company apparently. Gavaza Diego kiddie coaster. Um, and it's like I said, it's a very small park. It's basically like it's like a carnival, pretty much. Like it's a permanent carnival, basically. But they have some unique looking stuff for sure. Some decent looking rides, and just looks really charming. So hopefully they pull out of that. Yeah, Haunted Hoochie. I saw that name and I'm just like, oh no. Oh, okay. Coaster Lover has a Haunted Hoochie 30 or 40 minutes away from his house. Have you ever heard of it? Just out of curiosity, have you ever heard of Haunted Hoochie since you live so close before like the Blue Flash got moved? SeaWorld spending was a calculated risk. They felt they needed a radical image overhaul. Yeah, and maybe that was necessary. It's definitely the worst time they could have done that though. Obviously nobody could have known about this really. I don't know. It's even with you think they could have spread that stuff out a little bit more. Maybe do like 2 or 3 this year, a couple next year, and then a few more the year after that or something. Like I don't know. That's a whole nother conversation, honestly. Okay, Coaster Lover also has Sea Dragon at the zoo, which looks like a really fun ride, and the SBF spinner at Scene 75 in the Tuttle Mall. So he has some credits. Are those credits open right now for you? Hey, Ethan. I'm not laughing at like the idea that might happen to these parks, but Coaster Hour says he hopes the local parks in his area with kiddie coasters will survive because he needs those credits. So, yeah, I hope he can get those credits. I have kitty credits too. I'm not making fun of you. Like I've gotten kitty credits too. It's just funny. Like, oh, I need those credits. I hope those parks don't close. Yeah, Amusement Park, Haunted Hoochie Amusement Park. Very clever. Okay, Coaster Camp lives 30 minutes from Haunted Hoochie, but he's never heard of it. Interesting. Okay. Oh, really? That's interesting. Coaster Hour. That's interesting. You looked into the place. An extreme haunt attraction. They can touch you. Controversial things happened in the past. Why am I not surprised to be honest? Yeah, I don't know. The only reason I would go there is to ride Blue Flash. That's the only reason. Um, Not a fan of haunt attractions anyway, so yeah, he seems like a character for sure. All right. Um, who wants to do trivia now? As long as there's nothing else really big that we want to talk about. You guys ready for trivia? Because I've got two trivia questions for you if y'all are ready. All right. Oh yeah, Tim K says I can't see a backyard coaster passing state inspections. I was wondering about that too, to be honest. I don't think that's going to be up to code for the state. I don't know how many people are actually going to be able to get on that. hopefully they could just keep it open as sort of like a see, it kind of worked where it was at in Indiana, it was just in somebody's backyard and people would just shoot him an email and be like, "Hey, could I come out there and ride that?" And he's like, "Sure." But this guy brought it to his place and he's wanting to charge for it and yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out. Okay, guys. So, first trivia question. There are currently two family inverted coasters built by B&M. Which parks which two parks have these family inverted coasters by B&M? I'll give you guys 20 seconds starting now. Happy Valley, Happy Valley, Happy Valley. Yeah, there are two Happy Valley parks, yeah. Two Happy Valley parks have these. All right, there's the link to the two B&M inverted family or B&M family inverted coasters. They're just called family inverted coaster basically. Um yeah, and they look like fun little family rides. I feel like B&M kind of came in a little bit late to the family coaster game. I For some reason I just feel like they should have made a family version of that ride a long time ago. Like back during the peak of the inverted coasters. I don't know. I'm glad that they have those now. Yeah, Coaster Hour, I wonder as well how much they cost because I wouldn't be surprised if those little coasters still cost like $10 million for an American park to get those. Uh, because it's B&M. Hopefully not that much, but anyway, so the two B&M family inverted coasters, one's at Happy Valley Shanghai and it opened in 2014. The other's at Happy Valley Beijing and opened in 2018. They're 1,328.8 feet long, 65.6 feet tall, and 30.5 miles per hour. So nothing too impressive. They look like fun family inverts. Um, and absolutely, I agree with Coaster Roaster. A Vekoma family suspended would be a better investment, and I feel like those are probably better rides anyway. I rode Dragonflyer, was really impressed with it. It's definitely the best family coaster I've been on, and it's actually pretty thrilling. I mean, it's pretty crazy for a family coaster. Um, so yeah, I'm sure they're way more expensive than the Vekoma, and I just don't see the value. And plus they have like over the shoulder restraints too. The Vekomas just have a lap bar. No, it's a B&M family inverted coaster chicken. It's not a Vekoma. Okay, Stanford Bridge says Dragonflyer and Orcanon are great. And those are, Orcanon is an earlier model of Dragonflyer. It's the same ride, but yeah, they are fantastic rides, honestly. Ethan says, I think Banshee has a B&M rattle because the Vesta trains and the trains are heavier and causes rattle. Yeah, some of my rides have been very smooth. Some of them have not. I don't know. B&M family inverts have vest restraints. Yeah, they have a form of the vest restraints. They're modified. They're not the same. They don't have like the actual vest part. They just have like, well, yeah, I guess they're not vest restraints then because they don't have the vest. They just have like the bar that, based on the pictures I saw, they just have like the bar. Yes, I certainly value what Stanford Bridge says because he's been on a lot of coasters, so I do very much respect his opinion, and he's a great supporter of me. So yeah, absolutely, I value what he says. Um, B&M family invert. Wait, B&M Family Invert has a vest restraint without the vest. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's a vest restraint that doesn't have the vest. So, yeah, just those big bulky bars. All right. Next trivia question. I feel like some of you guys are probably going to know this one. Um, there is a roller coaster by S&S which opened in 2009 that is quite similar to the Access Coaster concept in some ways. Which coaster is this and where is it? S&S, similar to the Access Coaster concept, opened in 2009. Nope, not the Free Fly. Yep. Okay. Coaster Key got it. Okay. Okay. Yep. We have it. Trainin'. Yes. It is. It is Trainin'. I will send you the link right now. There it is. That's Trainin' at Scaris Summerland. So it's 1,640 feet long, 65.6 feet tall, 24.9 miles per hour. Apparently has a G-force of 2.5. It looks like a somewhat fun ride, I guess. It's the way it's kind of similar to the Axis coasters. It has like swinging seats, but it doesn't spin on all the axes like Axis coaster does. Just has cars that hang on the side, and they kind of swing back and forth like a aero suspended coaster, but it doesn't have the rail above you. It's track on the bottom, and then there's a vehicle where there's a car on each side that hangs that swings back and forth, and it doesn't go upside down or anything like that. This is the only one that was ever built. It never took off. Um, so yeah, capacity is terrible. It's like 8 people per train because it's like there's four. You can load 4 people on each side. Yeah, capacity is horrendous. Yeah. Oh, is that the free fly? I was just thinking like 40 free flies. I apologize. It is called the free fly. Yeah, my bad. It is called the free fly. You were right. Yeah, I forgot about that. And then I was thinking in my head like 40 free fly SNS. All right. Oh yeah, it's the free spin. Yeah, that's right. 40 free spin. Yeah. Very confusing. Thanks for clarifying that there. All right. I do want to say real quick before I forget about it. I made a little cryptic post on my YouTube page. I have something coming out tomorrow that I'm pretty excited about. I think a lot of you guys are really going to love it. So I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's going to come out at noon, I believe noon tomorrow. It's all set, ready to go. It's something I haven't done in a while, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. So be on the lookout for that video tomorrow. Yeah, I saw that video as well, Coaster Hour, and that was an interesting look into that. Um, it's really unfortunate because you can tell, like when he showed that clip of Alan Shilkey talking about the single rail, you could kind of tell that it was like a bummer to him that it failed. Like they really wanted this concept to take off, and by all means, it should have. I mean, it's a great concept. It's cheap. I mean, it's very affordable, I should say. Um, bang for your buck, really intense rides. But it's just not, we thought we were going to see these Raptors everywhere. We have not seen that yet. I mean, I know they're building Jersey Devil and there's one coming to South Dakota apparently. But they sold that at a huge discount. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I heard about those rumors. I saw you posted that on your story. The RMC T Rex possibly being shelved, even though that's completely a rumor. We have no idea if that's true or not, but it would kind of make sense if they shelved it. I could see that. I always said if we do get a T-Rex coaster, I always said that it wouldn't happen for quite a while, like at least another 5 years. So, yeah. That's how I found out about it because you put it on your Instagram story. That's I remember going through the stories, and that's where I actually saw it at. So, I don't know, uh, unless I'm mistaken. But yeah, that's very interesting. I mean, the reasons you laid out that you said you heard, those reasons kind of they do make sense. They really do. No, I don't think a lot of parks will open during the winter to extend the season. Nah. At least a park like for me, like Cedar Point, it gets so cold here in Northeast Ohio during the winter, and they extended the passes all the way through 2021. So that to me was kind of like, you know, we'll extend the passes out for you, and whatever of this season we have left, you can enjoy. Um, you know, which I'm fine with. I'm absolutely fine with. Oh, that was someone else. Okay. Okay. I was thinking it was you, but okay. I don't remember anybody else even. I haven't really heard much about it, but I don't know. In any case, let's see. Raptors are doing better than Hyper GTX. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Oh, Jap- Japan operates coasters in the snow, huh? Huh. Well, yeah, I mean, in Ohio, the weather is crazy. We do get 70-degree days in February and things like that out of nowhere. But I mean, by and large, you can't expect to not have like an extreme winter in Ohio. You just can't expect that. This past winter, for example, was actually really mild. We barely got anything, but you just can't expect that. Yeah, I agree. I would love to see a Chance Hyper GTX at Adventureland or the new Vacoma would be amazing. Absolutely. I definitely agree. I think those would be the best options. Well, the single rail too would be really good, but Christian says, "What's the oddest looking transition you've seen, and what parks do you think should get a Vacoma STC?" I think a lot of parks that don't have an invert yet should get an STC because I'm sure they're a lot cheaper than the B&M inverts. They look like great bang for your buck, just like Vacoma is known for. Um, so which parks? I think Dollywood, um, maybe Silver Dollar City too. The smaller Cedar Fair parks that don't have an invert that never get any kind of significant investment. But yeah, Valley Fair, a lot of them a lot of people want them to get a B&M invert, maybe an STC instead. Um, take out T3 from Kentucky Kingdom, replace that with an STC. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of smaller parks, maybe Holiday World. I don't know. Let's see. Feel like all the rides be able to operate if it's at least 50, 60 degrees. I totally go up to Kings Island CP if it's up to 60 during the winter months with all the rides open. Yeah, but it wouldn't make sense for them to do that. Like I said, they just can't bank on thinking that the weather will be nice enough to operate the rides. They're just not going to do that. especially Cedar Point. Kings Island has Winterfest where they do operate one or two coasters. Um, but in Northeast Ohio, where Cedar Point is on the lake, it just makes no sense. They're not going to do that, I don't think. Okay, Coaster Lover says, wouldn't an STC at Dollywood be too similar to Dragonflyer? Um, I mean, maybe. I think maybe they won't get one just because they do have Dragonflyer. But Dragonflyer is it's a family coaster. I mean, even though it's pretty intense for a family coaster, it's still a family coaster. So I feel like an STC would distinguish itself enough, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, I would love to see Discovery Kingdom get something like that. Absolutely. Christian says they made three good SLCs: Odyssey, Kumali, and that custom one in China, I think that's closed now, is being turned into an aviary. Yeah. Yeah, I know Odyssey and Kumali definitely look like really good rides, to be honest. They look really good. You don't like Discovery Kingdom, huh? I think it looks like a pretty fun park, to be honest. I mean, I've never experienced it, obviously, so I don't know how things are run there, but I think it looks like a nice park. Yeah, and it would be great to see Dollywood get like a B&M invert, but I do kind of feel like a Vekoma STC there would make a lot of sense. I could just see a park like that getting that for some reason, and they have worked with Vekoma, so imagine a family coaster at Cedar Point Kitty Kingdom. That'd be pretty nice, actually, to have a coaster like going over the midway there. I think that'd be great. A nice family coaster. If I could try one spinning coaster, Time Traveler, absolutely. I have been on some spinning coasters, by the way, like a couple spinning wild mice and Steel Dragon at Waldemere. So I'm not a stranger to spinning coasters, but I haven't been on one like Time Traveler or anything. See, why on earth did Discovery Kingdom get rid of their GCI? Now they don't have a Woody, so I don't have any interest to go now, even if Roar wasn't the best Woody. Yeah, I don't know. I think you are in the minority with that opinion. I would still definitely go there. That's kind of a shame they don't have a wooden coaster, but I don't think most people really care that much about that, to be honest. Even a lot of enthusiasts. Maybe do a survey, see how many employees would be willing to work at a park, how many people want to go to park during the winter months. Yeah, like I said, I it sounds like you really want that to happen, which is fine, but it just does not make any sense for a park like Cedar Point. It would just be a disaster. They tried doing a winter event back in '94. It flopped. I mean, that event was boring. They had like nothing there. I saw some video of it. There was like nothing. They had some like hot chocolate stands, and you walk around portions of the park. Um, but yeah, it just wouldn't work. Kings Island, I mean, it does work. They have Winterfest there, so it does work for Kings Island. Anybody asking for updates on the park's opening, go to the website, refer to what the park is saying. Okay. Uh, a lot of people are asking, is this park opening? Is this park opening? Just go to the park's website, Facebook page, Twitter page, whatever. They have all the updates on there. Trust me. When they're ready to open, they will let you know. None of us know any better than the actual parks. So definitely refer to the park's official statements for that. Could we ever see a B&M Giga Dive? Honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. I heard from somewhere um, that apparently Yukon Striker is actually as tall as they can go with the dive coaster. I don't know how true that is. That's what I heard though. And apparently that's why it's not taller than Valraven. They just kept it the same height and made the drop bigger. I guess they can't build the structure any higher for dive coasters for some reason. If that's even true, I don't know. The worst injury I have sustained. Um, when I was like 11, 12, I did something to my back. We were at a campground, and this was actually right before Maverick opened. So this was really bad timing. Um, I was supposed to be going to we were pass holders in 2007. My dad was going to be driving me from the campground, and we were going to go up to Cedar Point, um, and ride Maverick for like the first rider event. And I actually have a couple Maverick first rider shirts because my dad and brother ended up going and riding it, but ended up not being able to go because I hurt my back. I like pulled something. I don't even know exactly what happened to this day. It was really weird. But when we were at the campground, I was just like running, and there was a hole in the ground, and I just like went down into the hole, and immediately I just felt like excruciating pain in all of my back, and it was awful for a week or two at least. So I couldn't ride coasters for a while. Um yeah, it sucked. So I missed out on the Maverick First Rider event because of that, and I've never been to any kind of First Rider thing ever, even to this day still. So, yeah. I did ride Mavericks shortly thereafter, a couple weeks later or whatever, and I was blown away, obviously. But, yeah, I would have been 12 at the time. I was 12. A dueling hypercoaster? That'd be way too expensive unless they made each side, like, 2,000 feet long, you know? Roar was fun. Yeah, Joker is better, though, by far. Yeah, Roar looked like it was decent, but I'm sure Joker is way better. What flat ride do I most want to try? All of them at Canada's Wonderland. They have some amazing flat rides. They have an amazing collection. I don't know which one specifically. Which flat ride do I want to try the most? Um, I kind of regret not trying like the looping starships that they have at Carowinds and Kings Dominion. I think they announced the one at Carowinds is closing actually, but I didn't ride either one when I was at the parks last year, and I should have. I'm not necessarily saying that's the one I want to ride the most, though. I just should have ridden those. Am I going to watch the Thrills United premiere today at 3 p.m.? I actually, to be honest, I don't follow Thrills United. I never really followed Coaster Kids either. I never really watched the channel much. I mean, I watched videos here and there, but I haven't seen like anything from Thrills United, so I had no idea that was happening. Maybe I'll check it out and see what it's all about. I don't know. I don't go to a lot of like premieres and live streams, to be honest. I mean, I go to some of them. Fun Spot is completely reopened. Yes, with masks encouraged. Yeah, I would definitely like to be there right now at Fun Spot. Huh. Okay, here's the thing. Crazy Coaster says Vekoma Family Coaster like suspended coaster at Kitty Kingdom. I've ridden the Vekoma Family Coaster, Hang and Bangs, the Freedom Flyer, and I like Freedom Flyer. It would be a good fit for Cedar Point. As far as the ride itself, I think it would fit in great at Cedar Point. But here's the thing: the capacity on those are awful. They can only use one train. It would not. No, there's no way it would work at Cedar Point. The lines for that thing would be 2 hours long, 2-3 hours long. Yeah, that just would not be good. So for capacity alone, they could not go with those exact models. Maybe a custom version where they can put two or three trains on it. But other than that, no. Like Dragonflyer can only use one train, and I waited a long time for that because of that. So and that was at Dollywood. It was very busy when we went there, mind you, but still. Oh, RMC did a prank on Taylor. Nice. Did I know Vertigo at Tivoli Gardens has been voted as the best flat ride in Europe? I did not know that. I don't even know what that ride is. I will look it up though, and I'll take a look at it. Vertigo Tivoli. Okay. Oh, okay. That. Oh, there's rides like that in the U.S. that are sort of similar. Like the one supposed to be going to Great Escape, something like that. I guess looks pretty fun. Looks pretty fun. Coaster Key says, is CP's lineup really that good? Oh boy. Corkscrew, Gemini, Wicked Twister, and much more, I feel, are filler. They have a couple sort of filler coasters, but they're much older rides that opened a long time ago that were very revolutionary when they opened. So they weren't filler at the time. Um, Gemini is an amazing ride. It's very underrated. Gemini is fantastic. So it's definitely not filler. It's one of the best. I mean, Corkscrew by today's standards is not that great. Wicked Twister, I personally enjoy a lot. I know a lot of people don't, but I love it. Yeah, Cedar Point, in my opinion, has the best coaster lineup. I'm sort of biased, but I mean, I think most people agree with that. So yeah, I think Cedar Point really does need a good modern family coaster for sure. I agree with that. Okay, I'll check out a video of that. Yeah, I've never seen that ride specifically. I mean, I don't really watch videos of flat rides, so but I'll check that one out. Cedar Point has not pushed back the 2020 season. No, they have not said that. They're actually trying to open this year. Um, yeah, they have not said anything like that. They pushed back the 150th anniversary celebration to 2021. That is true, but yeah. Let's see. Coaster Camp says, I remember in one of your older videos you said that King's Dominion was the best looking park you had been to. Has that changed now that you have visited Dollywood? Um, did I actually say it was the best looking park? Or did I say it was one of the best looking parks? I can't remember. I don't know. Um, but it is one of the best looking parks I've been to. I don't know if it's the best looking. I would say maybe Dollywood is better. But to be honest though, King's Dominion is an absolutely beautiful park. And that was the first thing that really blew me away, like when I got there. I mean, right until I got up to that front gate, I wasn't expecting a whole lot. I was just like, okay, this is going to be a decent park with a few really solid coasters and I'll enjoy my time. But when I actually got there and I walked through that front gate and I saw that main street, oh my gosh, that to me it looks better than the one at Kings Island. That main street is just oh my gosh, it is so nice looking. And then you have like the tree covered path and just everywhere in the park is just like so well um kept up and there's lots of scenery. I mean, it's just a really it is definitely one of the best looking parks I've been to. Maybe not the best looking, or it might be. Maybe it is the best looking park I've been to. Um Kings Island are certainly very nice looking and Dollywood is really phenomenal as well. So, A Tagada. I don't know what a Tagada is. Once again, I'm not very knowledgeable on flat rides. I will look up Tagada, um, and see what that is. Okay, yes, I would ride one of those. I would definitely ride that. Looks pretty fun. I remember seeing that in a video, theme park crazy video, a while back. What do I think of Airtime Thrills putting I through a 5 at 66 in his ranking? What do I think about that? That's his opinion, and that's fine. And he doesn't hate the ride. He actually really likes the ride. I mean, it's number 66 out of over 420 coasters that he's been on. So that's actually pretty good. That's a pretty good ranking still. Um, and that ride's not for everybody, for sure. It only does one thing basically. That's intensity. It just does intensity. Couple good moments of airtime, but it's basically just intensity. Personally, I love it, but that's his opinion. He doesn't care for rides like that only focus on intensity. So yeah, most underrated ride I have ridden. Um, Maybe Skyrocket at Kennywood. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Dominator. I think Dominator's really underrated, but probably Skyrocket at Kennywood, I would say. Is there a bad restraint that ruins a ride for you? Um, I I don't think I've actually been on anything yet that has a restraint so bad that it ruins the ride. Maybe Nighthawk. I mean, I don't know if it was the restraints that were the issue with Nighthawk though. And I feel like there are probably restraints that are a lot worse than those out there. So, no, I don't think any restraint on their own has ruined a ride for me. Favorite coaster model that I've personally ridden is probably the Intamin Gigas maybe, or an RMC hybrid, probably an RMC hybrid, I guess. I don't know. Or an Intamin Giga. I'll go with Intamin Giga cuz they're more unique than the RMCs cuz RMCs are like everywhere now, but yeah, I think Premiere is really underrated. I've been on a few Premier coasters, and honestly, now that I've been on a few of them, I can't wait to get on more because I've been on two of the backlot stunt coasters. I've been on Flight of Fear at Kings Island and Skyrocket at Kennywood, and all of those rides are really good. I mean, backlot stunt coasters, those are really good family coasters. Um, Skyrocket is really underrated in my opinion, and Flight of Fear is a really strong supporting coaster, very intense, very fun ride. I think Premier rides are great. The ones I've been on, I mean, I've been pretty impressed. So I have not ridden Verbolten. That that surprise element you're talking about, looks pretty awesome. Looks pretty awesome, but I have not been on it yet. Oh yeah, stand-up coaster restraints. Those ruin the ride. I How did I forget about those? Yes. Yeah, thanks Coaster Jaguar for pointing those out. Yes, the stand-up coaster restraints on B&M stand-up coasters. Those are awful. Those absolutely ruin the ride because Rougarou is now floorless, from Mantis and it's a great ride in my opinion. So, it's a good ride. It's a really good solid supporting coaster. Coaster Chicken says something pretty important to me, actually. He says, I don't really like the top 100 in the world videos because the people that make them haven't ridden 75% of the rides. And yeah, that's typically the case with those. I do not rank things that I haven't ridden. And in my videos, I get comment after comment after comment after comment after comment. Where's this ride? Where's this ride? Where's this ride? And in every single video, I even put a disclaimer to prevent people from saying stuff like that. I say I only rank rides I've been on. These are only ones I've been on. If it's not on here, it didn't make the cut, or most likely I haven't ridden it. And you still have people, where's El Toro? Where's King Ka? Um, where's Mr. Freeze? And it's like I haven't ridden it, so I'm not gonna rank it. It just I'm not about that. So I know other people do that. If they want to do that, fine, but I'm not gonna do it. Jungle Storm at Hamanako Palpel. Let me check that out. Oh yes. Yeah, that looks pretty that looks pretty insane. Yeah, that'd be awesome actually. It looks awesome. Should B&M try to do a family launch wing coaster? Nah. I don't think it'd be worth it. They'd be way too expensive for a family coaster. Coaster Hour says, as much as I like Skyrocket 2s, I think since those are so successful, they are kind of killing the potential of Premiere. But it looks like they're building more unique rides, which is good. Yeah, absolutely. They have a lot of unique rides. I don't think I don't think their value is being lessened at all, in my opinion. There really aren't that many Skyrocket 2s. I mean, there are gonna be more popping up, I'm sure, which is fine with me. They look great. But there's actually only 9 operating right now across the world. So there the market isn't saturated with those rides. So I think Coaster Hour, I think I actually seen it in Taylor's review because I he reviewed that park, I'm pretty positive. And I vaguely remember him talking about that, and I think he showed video of it. And I remember thinking, like, that looks crazy. Like, and it does, it looks crazy. I'll definitely check out a video of that. Yeah, exactly. In those top 100 lists, they're usually just lists with music playing. I like hearing commentary as well. I like hearing commentary about what people think about their rides, not some electronic boop, boop, doo, 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 boop, doo, 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 boop, doo, doo, with with a list of back to back to back coasters that somebody hasn't ridden. That's not interesting to me. So I think he mentioned it in his Pal Power review. I could be mistaken. Maybe he did not. Saw it in the OVC vlog. Okay. Coaster Hour says this is why I do most anticipated lists instead of predictions. And absolutely, that's fine. Like if I'm doing something like a bucket list where obviously I haven't ridden the coasters, like there's context for that. Or anticipated coasters, like you anticipate riding something because you're excited about it. So it makes sense to rank rides that you haven't ridden because that's what those lists are all about. And I have done things like that, like I've done a bucket list video and I'll do another one in the future as well. Hint, hint. But yeah, stuff like that makes sense. Absolutely. Does Cedar Point have the tallest Ferris wheel in the US? I know they don't have the tallest in the world because Japan had some freaking huge Ferris wheels. Yeah, like there's 500-foot tall Ferris wheels. Cedar Point, I don't think has the biggest one in the US. I could be wrong. Maybe they do. I actually don't know. Let's see. Biggest Ferris wheels US. Okay, tallest Ferris wheel. Um, observation wheels. Huh. 100 coasters in the world with Gatekeepers number one. That obviously must have been an opinion from somebody, which is fine. Gatekeeper's a great ride. Uh, but if you're doing like a more objective list or whatever, where you're looking at everything as a whole, I feel like it definitely wouldn't be anywhere near number one. I don't know. Hmm. Coaster Camp says, "Is that what's coming out tomorrow?" Hmm. Hmm. All I can say is I think you guys will really love the video. So, hmm. I don't know. I wouldn't be so sure. I wouldn't be so sure. Just wait. Just wait till you see the video. Do I think Coaster Frenzy is a funny guy? Yeah, I guess. He has a great channel. I mean, I love his content. So, great channel, great coaster channel. He does rapping now. He released an album. So, it's FRNZY. Yeah, that's what he calls himself. Which intimate prefab do I want to ride, El Toro or T Express? If I had to pick one, El Toro, because I was supposed to be riding that in like 3 weeks, guys. I was going to be riding El Toro in less than a month. My number one bucket list coaster. So close to riding it. I really want to ride El Toro. I'm really itching to ride that so bad, so bad. Really, really wanted to get on that. I don't think a B&M stand up is in the future. I do not think the surf coaster is going to be a stand up personally. It just doesn't make any sense. If you really think about it, it makes no logical sense whatsoever, and it's too big of a risk for B&M. If they do end up doing a new generation stand up, I think they're pretty crazy cuz yeah, the stand ups have not been a very good success for a very good reason. Yeah. Yeah, Tim K says Gatekeeper consistently gives the most rides per year at Cedar Point, so maybe number one in that regard. Perhaps, I guess. Yeah. In my opinion, Gatekeeper is a great ride too. Just like it's my like sixth favorite at Cedar Point. Sure, I'm sure a park could get dueling raptors. I'm sure that could definitely happen. Do you like mirrored layouts right next to each other or custom, to intertwine with each other? Have I ever heard a GP conversation about coasters that was really strange? Oh yeah, I can't think of any specifically, but I know I've certainly heard some pretty cringeworthy things from the general public. Which I'm not like trying to like poke fun necessarily because I mean the stuff they say is funny sometimes, but like how would they know honestly? Like they're not coaster nerds like us. How would they know all these intricate details? But and even like we don't know as much as we think we do sometimes. I think us coaster enthusiasts like to think that we know everything about coasters, but there are definitely like people like engineers and stuff that know way more. So yeah. If B&M decides to build a stand-up coaster, person in charge of that is probably from the 90s. Yeah, trying to live in the past. Huh. What do I think Alton Towers' next coaster will be? I don't know. Maybe a wing coaster. I don't know a whole lot about Alton Towers. I mean, I know quite a bit about their coaster history, but I don't know. Maybe I'll go with a wing coaster. Or no. Yeah, wing coaster, I guess. Or some kind of mock, maybe. See, Coaster Camp says I heard a GP at Cedar Point say that Gatekeeper's train flew off the track and landed on Blue Streak. They then fixed both rides. Wait. They then fixed both rides and no one got injured. Oh yeah, I'm sure that happened. We just heard nothing about it, but it definitely happened. I bet El Toro Ryan has some hilarious GP stories and stories as an operator. Absolutely, I'm sure he does. Do I think Jersey Devil will be cloned? Yes, at Magic Mountain. There's actually been track spotted at the RMC plant that has SFMM written on the track. I can't remember who posted it, but they're on Facebook. There are pictures of single rail track at the RMC plant that has SFMM. So, and we've seen the blueprint that it looks like that new Magic Mountain coaster is a near exact clone of Jersey Devil. So yes, I believe it'll be cloned. But if not, Magic Mountain's definitely getting a single rail. Yes, I just found out about the Cross Valley Woody at Alton Towers, and I'm so disappointed that never happened. If you guys haven't seen Screwy Loop's new video about Alton Tower projects that didn't happen, go watch that because he talks about the Cross Valley wooden coaster. It was supposed to be a hyper wooden coaster, and that's just one of the amazing things about it. Oh my gosh, it looked like an amazing ride. It would have been so good. Do it, coaster lover. Do it. Do it, man. Somebody says second generation B&M floorless for the surf. Maybe. I don't know what else they could do with the floorless model though that they haven't done. Huh. Coaster Hour says sometimes hearing other enthusiasts in line, depending on what they were talking about, can be just as cringy as GP. Absolutely, yeah. Most GP thing I said, I feel like I said something the other day, and I was thinking like that was really GP of me, but I can't remember what I said though. I can't remember what it was, to be honest. I wish I could remember. Yep, Gemini was once the granddaddy of them. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Tim. I bet that story about the gatekeeper train, it's probably from when it valleyed last year. Yeah, that's probably where that story came from. That was exactly my thoughts too. What if China got an RMC hybrid? Then it would be amazing. Yeah, RMC hybrid. A hypercoaster at Alton Towers. How is that possible? Yeah, Alton Towers can't get a hypercoaster because they would have to dig 200 feet into the ground, or 150 feet at least anyway. Which they did dig very deep into the ground with Oblivion. But when you're talking about a hypercoaster with all those huge hills, yeah, that's not going to happen. Maybe they get a Hyper GTX. Maybe they could do that. I don't think they will, but a floorless stand up for the surf coaster. The way they'd have to put you in the cars for a floorless stand up That just sounds really painful. Basically a flying coaster, but standing up. But if they put vests on B&M floorless trains, they wouldn't market that as a new ride model. That would not be a whole new ride model. That would just be a redo of their trains. That's all it would be. So, oh, because I mentioned the hyper wooden coaster. That's why you brought that up. Yeah, because there's a valley, and it would have used that valley. Like I said, go watch the Screwy Loops video because he talks in depth about it. But it would have used the valley and the terrain to its advantage. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think any of those knockoff manufacturers are going to be able to build a hybrid coaster. If they do, they'll be so sketchy. I don't think they have the expertise to do that. Exactly, coaster lover. I don't think it is possible. I don't know. Where did you hear that, Millennium Force man? He says, "Did you know CP was supposed to get a 500-foot B&M in the back of the park behind Mean Streak Steel Vengeance in 2013, but then the president changed for Cedar Fair and it was switched to Gatekeeper." Where did that rumor come from? Because I've never heard that. Please let me know where that came from because I would like to know more about that. Very inquisitive. Let's see. Tim K says China will get an RMC hybrid. Martin and the Lynx is selling them in Asia. Yes, that is true. And yeah, they'll probably get one eventually. They probably will. Japan just got their first one. I think China will be. China's always getting lots of crazy rides and whatnot. So yeah, plant really tall trees at Alton Towers. Yeah, that'd be awesome to have a hyper coaster just engulfed in 200-foot trees. Imagine how amazing that would be. The looping Chinese toboggan where you have to wear a helmet. Oh my gosh, yeah. Though very innovative, so innovative. I've heard of Page Fire. I've seen a couple videos, I think. What do I think GCI is going to do with their steel track? I don't know. Maybe some conversions. Maybe they'll use the steel track on inversions and wooden coasters that they produce, or maybe they'll just do all steel hybrids. Or that doesn't make sense. Maybe they'll just do all steel track coasters. I don't know. Airtime Thrills is not hated. That's an amazing channel. A lot of people love Airtime Thrills. I don't know where that came from, but Airtime Thrills is amazing. A lot of people love his channel for very good reason. Yeah, Chinese companies did make B&M track as well as Intamin track, and they combined them into one dive coaster. It's awful. It was actually supposed to be over 300 feet. Okay, yeah. I've never heard of those, but see, Millennium Force Man says, I heard that 500-foot CP from Richard Kinzel's biography. He said it would be another giga, but then I asked Sean Flaherty, and he said it would completely make a new height category, aka 500 plus feet. Yeah, I haven't ridden that biography from Kinzel yet. I do want to read that. Would have been interesting though to have another giga for sure at Cedar Point. I could definitely see Cedar Point getting another 300-foot coaster in the future though. They would be the park that would do that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the flying coaster trains are basically like invert trains in the station, yeah, in the way that you're sitting. Yeah, CP was apparently looking at building a B&M floorless in 2007 instead of Maverick, and it was supposed to be a huge floorless coaster. That would have been insane. I'm so glad they went with Maverick though. I'm sure Maverick is much better than that would have been. So, and apparently it's supposed to be called the same name and everything. It's supposed to be called Maverick. Yeah, the Intamin Hyper going to Park Asterix. I think it looks phenomenal. It looks amazing. One of the best coasters in the world. It'll probably be one of the best when it opens. Suspended Looping Porcelain Heaven. They have some interesting names for sure. Yeah, the Dueling Dragon in China. That looks awesome. Yeah. Or no, that isn't Intamin Ride. That one. No. Tim K says unpopular opinion. I don't think GCI Steel Track will be used for a whole coaster. Yeah, and I'm leaning more towards like converting rides and using them for inversions than like a whole new coaster as well. So I don't know. None of us really know. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Most underrated manufacturer, maybe Premier. Do I think there will ever be a single rail hyper? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've had a couple shorter ones. I just do it till whenever. So, see, Coaster Lover says I actually heard that the GCI Steel Track is meant for inversions and stuff like that, like the loop that was on Son of Beast, and that very well could be the case. Like I said, we really don't know yet. We just don't know their scope with that. They literally all they did was show us a piece of the track, and that was it. Like they're just like, look at this, it's a piece of track, and that's it. Yeah, Millennium Force, man, I definitely believe that. I'm pretty sure I've seen that coaster too, probably. The sit down invert dueling coaster with the Intamin track. I'm pretty sure I've seen that somewhere. Do I want to go to North Korea to ride a Zamperla Valere? Sure, yeah, just hop on over there. Yeah, I know who John Wardley is. Alton Towers. He was very what's the word I'm looking for? He pushed a lot of things forward. He was very important to Alton Towers history because he helped design a lot of their coasters like Nemesis, Air, Oblivion, all that stuff. He was, yeah, definitely pushed that park forward a lot. Yeah, Gravity Group is very underrated. Do I think Gerstlauer will make a new thrill model other than Eurofighter and Infinity Coaster? I think they should. I think they're going to have to make a new model at some point because they don't have a lot of variety right now. Chinese companies knocking off the Valere? Oh, no. Oh, the president of GCI said it was for inversions. Is that on the record somewhere? He actually said it was only for inversions. No, I don't know when in August those are being delayed to. I have no idea. See, Coaster Hour says, I think from what I've heard, the new Gerstlauer coming to Power Park will be airtime based. Okay, that's awesome. That's good to hear. Nice. Coaster Peony or Phoenix? Which one am I more excited about? I was supposed to be riding Phoenix soon, and that was in my bucket list. It's very high in my bucket list. And actually, I didn't put Coaster at Peony in my bucket list, but honestly, I think I'd be more excited for Coaster because it just looks much more wild and out of control. And apparently, the airtime is even more intense. So, yeah, I think Frontier Town actually it has a really nice atmosphere as well. I definitely agree with that. Have I heard of the Chinese looper that's based on a Togo looper, which was based off an arrow looper? Yes. Yeah. Do I think Six Flags will stop doing the new attraction for every year at every park? Yeah, at least for a couple years, I'm thinking they will. TPR footage of Coaster at P&E. Yeah, it looks like an insane ride. I mean, that airtime just looks scary. It looks scary. Best rap song of all time? I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this up now. Once again, I want to thank everybody for joining me. Episode 20 of Coaster Cafe. This is pretty crazy. We've been doing this for 5 full months now. 5 full months of Coaster Cafe. Time has flown like crazy. Hopefully, the parks will start to open back up. Well, the parks have started to open back up, but I mean, just everywhere. Um, yes, and thank you very much. I thank you, Coaster Hour. Yeah, thank you guys for joining me and making this stream so much fun. And I will see you guys next time. So, you guys have a good one. All right. Take care. Stay safe.